The Instant Reraise Podcast.
Welcome into the Instant Reraise Podcast. I am one of four hosts, Pipster. With me as always is Beastaru and AndyHara. How you boys doing tonight?
Fantastic.
Good. Glad it's Friday, as always.
Friday.
TGIF Fitty. For sure. All right, on this episode, we will be, of course, discussing our progression, how we're doing, where we're at, what we've been up to. We're talking about bots everywhere. Our limit break 1 induce, and then some retail news, actually, just a little bit of retail juiciness to make everybody super sad. So let's get into it.
First of all, we apologize for not recording last week.
I apologize for nothing.
Pipster had to go undergo surgery, and hasn't been the same since.
Yep.
Interesting.
Interesting choice.
Well,
What was it that happened? We had like
Addicted to
several
It
things.
was that stuff, yeah.
Andy had
Just-
real life stuff.
yeah, it's just a bad combination of real life.
It's like a
stuff.
couple people had real life stuff going
Yeah.
on. So
We got
I
hit with a
opted to
real
go
life
out.
bug.
yeah,
We were all
It
forced to
happens.
touch grass. It was horrible. I will never
Yeah.
do it again.
this stuff's
What?
it's not good.
Last
Not worth
weekend was pretty much a wash for me.
Yeah, all
Yes,
weekend,
yes.
literally.
Yeah, it's kept popping up. One person would drop the next person. So it wasn't a good time to record. It is what it is. We're here now. Enjoy. Savor the flavor.
The flavor
Okay.
saver.
Flavor saver.
Okay, whatever you say.
Okay. All right, progression. We'll just keep it right traditional on this episode. Hey, why don't you tell us where you're at? What you been up to? What you doing, buddy? What's going on?
So chocobo digging, I don't know if I talked about it. I can't remember when I hit it, but I hit 30-ish. So no more delay. Instant digs. Crafting, I've been kind of taking a little bit of a backseat. Not backseat. Put in the back burner. Or put it in the backseat. I don't know, whatever. I haven't been doing anything with crafting the last couple of weeks. It's kind of a little burnt out on it, and honestly, it's not worth like the amount of research and work, blah 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 blah. Like chocobo digging is keeping me afloat, so I'm just kind of chilling with that for now.
Yep.
And the big news is we finally hit past level 50. Yay!
Finally, it's been a while.
Finally, it took a while, but we got there. So my Bard is 54. I think I'm at like 20 till next level for 55. And yeah, I mean that's the gist of it.
Man, we're dicks. We couldn't wait 20 XP for you to hit 55.
Were you
I
really
think
that
it-
close?
Yeah, I was like, no, it's not worth it. I don't want to deal with
Yeah, I
it.
think you were
Uh,
like 600 or something. I'm like, let's just get here. Like, well, it's all right.
I
Blame
thought it was. I
Andy.
thought we were gonna hit it when we went to go do our second limit break.
Yeah, so did I.
But we ended up we'll talk about it in a bit. But
We'll talk about it in a bit. Yeah. All right, cool. So we got 8 there. Beastaru, why don't you take it over from there, bud? What you been up to?
Same thing. 55 on my red mage now. Coming back to red mage, and it feels good. I've been having fun on red mage. Being able to
Nice.
do a lot more as far as juggling refreshes with hasting, with curing, with all of it's fun. So I'm having a good time. Got Beastmaster up to 40 the other day. So sitting at Black Mage 50, Red Mage 55, Beast at 40, and White Mage at 38. So I'm making my way there. That's about it, honestly. Nothing with crafting or anything.
Guys make fun of me for having multiple
I know.
jobs at,
I know.
I know Beast like kind of snuck
Beast
up on
is
him a
taking
little bit.
off, man.
Taking one out of the Pipster handbook there.
Dang. All right. Andy, what you got going on?
Not much compared to you guys. I don't venture off too far from what I'm comfortable with. So 37 warrior, 50 paladin, and Hit 55 on Dark Knight last night, which was pretty good. So
Nice.
Nice. All right. So for me, got all jobs capped, including chocobo digging.
Okay.
Yep. Okay.
No, just like the rest of you guys, I got 55 paladin. Feels like we're at a cruising kind of speed here.
It has been. Yeah.
It has been. We're about to hit some milestone roadblocks. I don't really want to call them roadblocks because it's fun. It's part of the game. You don't want to rush through it too much, but you do and you don't. But like we're going on the AF hunt. Well, we'll talk about this a little. I think we'll lump that into like limit break and what we've been up to with that. But progression, paladin, been doing no crafting. I'm poor. Send me money. We were lucky enough to get in light. Have we talked about that yet?
oh, the fact that we passed up getting 2 mil so you could have in light. No, we didn't talk
I mean,
about that.
we talked
We
about
talked about it a little bit, right? The BCNM
a
thing.
little
I'm
bit,
pretty
but
sure.
I don't know if
two
we already-
videos on it.
Last episode we talked about it.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So we released 2 tutorial videos on it. We were lucky enough to get one. We sold it, and then we got another one. You guys very graciously allowed me to use the second one. It's amazing.
It
Would
is.
highly suggest prioritize getting that. It's so good because I'm allowed to have a ballad and an accuracy song from Good Bard 8, and I have no issues with hitting and maintaining hate through just like white damage plus everything else, but still the white damage helps. So thank you 8, thank you Beast, thank you Andy, thank you Alu for allowing me to have that. But yeah, other than that, for progression, yeah, just 55 hitting those limit breaks. So yeah, we'll discuss that a little bit later in the episode. So that's where we're all at. Anybody else anything adds to that? Anything?
I feel like we should talk about Alu's levels. What he's got a 55 Beast, a 55
56.
Sam,
56
56 Beast, 55
Yeah.
Sam.
Yeah.
I mean, that guy is
Yeah.
like a monster.
I think
He is.
Pipster has met his soulmate.
Yeah, yeah.
Me and the Lou are just, we're kindred spirits. You know
You
what
really
I
are.
mean? We have job ADD. We love all the jobs. We love mainly probably leveling. I know Lou said today that he had some hardships with getting the big around 56, the amount of XP it takes to level up now. So I feel him. But if he kind of slows down a little bit, we can catch up to him. We can help him out.
Yeah.
I'm trying to
Yep.
catch my Beast Master up to Pip, who's at
Yep.
55 or not
No,
55,
me.
45.
No, I'm only at 45.
45, yeah. So
We can level now, though. I mean,
we gotta get 8. We gotta get 8 caught up.
Mine's only 36.
You'll get there.
Come on, 8. Stop
Gotta use
chocobo
those.
digging.
Oh, you're doing way better than me because mine's still at 0.
You
Don't even have it
you better
unlocked.
pick up like a white mage or something if you want to be partying with us. You know what I mean?
What?
You better pick up something to be useful.
Oh,
Dark Knight ain't useful.
I
Everyone
got
knows that.
I've got a paladin, so I don't want to hear it.
He could stun. You know.
Yeah. So, all right. We'll move on to the next one here. We got bots everywhere. Bots everywhere. Not no more.
Not anymore. Yeah.
Yeah.
Should we talk limit break and then go into the bots?
Yeah. Well, it'll flow better if we talk about the limit breaks in AF. Okay. So we started the journey of our limit breaks. If you don't know what that is, it starts in Rulu Gardens with our best friend Matt. If you do enough of them, you get his cap.
All of
which
them.
is nice. All of them with every job.
Yeah.
Hey, is it more beneficial to do that now while there's only 12 jobs in the game? Does Matt Cap a thing, or did it come out after like Otter Gone?
No,
I mean,
Matt Cap
it's
was
Matt Cap-
definitely a thing.
I think it's only the base jobs too. I don't.
I think
know
it
if you
is.
need to
Oh,
do
yeah,
all
It's
of
just
it.
the
cool.
base jobs.
Nice.
Yep.
All right. Sorry, tangent. Scroll moment. So limit break 1. We got that done. Anybody want to go over that real quick?
I want to shout out Free BSD and Fisheroni for helping us out on what was it, the
yes.
Papyrus or whatever.
Yes, the Necropolis.
We just happened to come by them, and one guy was
Mhm.
like leveling. He was a white mage leveling his
Divine
what was it?
magic.
Divine magic. Yep, I couldn't remember what he was leveling, and
Busted holies.
it was impressive
Busting holies all over the place.
how much
and, the guy
damage he was doing.
The other guy had a treasure or thief.
It was
so
thief, yeah.
Yep.
So we had
DH2
treasure hunter
definitely
2.
helped.
Yeah, if
Big
it was just
time.
a white mage, you would have been like, yo, scram. We don't need your help. But the other thief friend, so he was in. I'm just
Well,
kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Just kidding. We appreciate all the help. It was
Absolutely.
actually really cool.
Absolutely,
Such-
it was
such a-
good. Level 50, you're fine. Like there
yeah.
was no issue. Like even if we didn't get help, we would have gotten eventually. So don't shy away just because they're slightly higher level mobs. I think like 55, like 5+. Because when you go in the group, I think a group of 5, like we didn't really have any issue with any of it. But you do need to approach it from like a EXP standpoint, where you need to make sure you have some support, healing,
Use
tanking,
food.
that kind of stuff. Yeah, because the first try we went, Pips decided to go on this warrior, to go fight skeletons. Or
I think part of that was my fault. I think that I had said, "Oh, I think you'll be okay on."
And I think Beast came out black mage / red mage. Like I'm not healing anybody, and I came out bard / white mage. And we just died immediately.
We were a little over ambitious, I think.
Yeah.
Maybe a little. I think we had like a moment of like, oh, this is like retail where we can just
Power
stomp
through everything.
all content. Yeah,
Yeah,
not the
stomp
case.
through it. Yeah, no.
Not the case. We fell flat on our face, and then we got sad.
Yeah.
We
I
got
think we all
back
just
to it
logged
the
out
next
that night.
night.
We're like, fuck this.
Yeah.
I'm out. I'm out.
we got back to it the next night, and it was better. It was much better, especially because we ran into those guys. So we got the ancient papyrus. Is it papyrus?
Yeah.
Papyrus, yeah.
Yeah.
Papyrus.
Yeah.
We already had the mold from
Yes, we had the
from
extra
leveling.
mold.
Yep.
What was the other one? Can't put my
Bomb
camera
call.
with
The
this.
bomb
Bomb call.
That actually
Oh,
wasn't too bad.
That was
remember.
actually really easy. Yeah. We just went to the hell mines first, which that was the
Don't wanna
wrong
do.
mobs.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't want to do that.
It's not Hell Mines. They're like level 65. You're not gonna get anything from them.
No,
And you might get coffer keys. Did they drop coffer keys? I can't
probably.
remember if those
Maybe,
guys-
yeah. I
They
don't
might drop
know,
coffer
but-
keys, but they're not for Limit Break 1.
No.
Yeah, the mobs you're looking for are level 55, not 65.
Correct.
These are not the mobs you are looking for.
So
Yeah, and
yeah,
I was
go
like,
ahead.
like from the bomb, they're easy too. Like the biggest thing is just make sure you have like bar fire.
Yeah.
They
They mainly kill
self-destruct.
themselves.
Yeah, a lot.
We got lucky with the self-destruct because none of them really came at us and self-destructed early. Like they were all pretty low, at least medium to low, so it wasn't terrible. And the drop rate wasn't terrible either.
No, it felt fine.
We
got them. We got
really
it pretty quick.
Yeah.
It was a challenge, but I mean, at the same time, it was understandable drop. It wasn't like crazy. It wasn't really good. It was perfectly placed, I feel like.
It was a good spot, and I don't think ASB changed anything with that, or Horizon really. I think that's how the game was intended, right? Like you're supposed to meet the challenge at the appropriate level to pass that barrier, right?
Yeah.
In a team, not solo. I'm not sure if you could solo that. I don't know. Maybe
I don't think so.
Maybe
maybe for skill.
maybe with a lot of temps and stuff, like it would require some more.
Beastmaster, maybe.
Beastmaster obviously probably could, yeah.
So once again, Square Enix did a solid there, and they, what 11's all about is legit about partying together and stuff like that. Beastmaster aside, that's still the main objective is an MMO you should be playing together. So it was good. I had a lot of fun doing that one. And then the next night we went back to leveling, or the next time we were on, because I think that was right before we kind of took a break for the weekend. But next time we got back together next time we got together as a group, we got up to 54, 55s, and we started journeying out to Zarkabard for Limit Break 2, which seemed a lot easier because it's all in one place.
Yeah, really.
And also we
don't have to travel a lot. Yeah, we got really lucky. We went there. So one of our Link Show members that I had invited, I didn't realize. I thought he was just a level 20 Beastmaster. And he had saw me out leveling in Quiffum, and he's like, "Hey, is that a beast shell?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Can I join?" Sure. So I give him a shell, and next thing you know, we're talking about Limit Break 2. He's like, "Oh, I could bring out my 74 Summoner," and I'm like,
everything.
What?
But we went out with full intention to just do it the 5 of us, and when we get out there, we meet this warrior, and the warrior's like, "Hey, you guys doing Limit Break 2? I'll just kill them all for you." And we're like,
Whatever.
We just cured him.
It seems like the
That's
game
it.
wants us to have help, so fine.
We took it.
Hey, we
Yeah.
put work in.
You-
It's not like we just
you know-
sat back and watched.
Yeah.
You know we're gonna do the same when we're higher level.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
I will. 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the mobs of level 55, even if we didn't have help, like I don't foresee us losing those fights.
No.
Yeah,
No, the only
it
hard
didn't
one
seem that bad.
was the Hellhound or whatever.
The
In
Hellhound
my
with the
opinion.
fire
with
breath.
The
with
fire
virus,
breath.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, virus, fire
seemed
breath.
pretty intense.
So yeah, the tiger. So there's a tiger, a coral, and a hound, right?
Mhm.
The undead hound. So they each had ancient magic. The tiger, I think, was casting. He would have been doing fire spells. So he had flare and Fiagra. 2? Was it Fiagra 2 or just 1?
2.
Maybe just 1. 2. Okay.
Yeah.
And then the coral had thunder, lightning, whatever you want to call it. So his would have been, what's the ancient magic for that?
First.
I don't. Burst.
burst.
Thank you. And then Thundaga, and then the last one there, the Hound. Was this ice or wind?
I think it was ice
Was it
Yeah.
ice?
Yeah,
Blizzaga
he was doing
Yeah.
he was doing ice spikes a lot.
And
so yeah.
and
Oh, okay, that
freeze.
makes sense. And freeze.
Freeze,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you go with shadows, generally speaking, you're going to be okay. Besides the Agas, but the big ancient spells that might knock out. Actually, I didn't even get hit by one as a paladin, so I don't know what it would have done to me. It may have decimated me. I have no
Dispel
idea.
is helpful, at least on
Yeah.
that guy.
Dispel, and also stunning. You want to be able to stun the whichever one. If you're a shadow tank, you probably want to do the Agas. If it's the ancient magic, you want to let it run a little bit and then stun it towards the end. Hopefully it lands. If you have a paladin tank, so easy enough. We did confirm, and Alu confirmed for us too, because he had done it the night prior, 2 nights prior. But the teleport still works. The draw in rather.
Yep.
Mhm.
Doesn't matter where you are for the full alliance.
For full alliance, correct. So you meet up all at one of them, one of the 3. You kill it together. You go quickly to the back of the tunnel. You touch the question marks, and then the next person, just only one person has to go to the next one. And once they get aggro from the next mob, it draws everybody over there. The only thing the rest of the group has to be concerned about is not getting aggro from the previous one when it repops.
Yeah. The
Which we
tiger
almost
made
did.
me nervous. We got
Yeah.
close.
Beast was like sneaking up to the front of the thing. We're like, "What are you doing? Just stand still." He's like, "No, the tiger's gonna pop again." And he was right.
I'm like, it's making me nervous how close to the back of the tunnel we are.
He was right. He was 100% right. So there it is. Yeah. So those are the limit breaks. Anybody else have anything to add from tips, strategies, tips and tricks, anything like that? No, I think we
Yeah,
covered
that
it
was-
pretty well.
That's pretty straightforward. We won't be doing to 60. Yeah, I think we're gonna probably focus getting our AFs.
Mm-hmm.
At
As
least
much as
through
we can.
60. Yeah.
As much as we can, because I don't know for you guys, Paladin's pretty important because it has a lot of enmity plus on it, so it
Mhm.
helps out a ton. Also, I think it's higher defense than most of the gear up until 65, if I remember correctly.
Red mage artifact's actually pretty good.
Fast cast hat.
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
I think Dark Knight also has some decent stuff on there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we get some. I think the gloves,
check-
magic accuracy.
Yeah. Attack plus.
I think a lot of attack or some
Oh.
attack. Yeah. Bard gets agility +1 or something like that.
Super useful.
There's no charisma on any of it.
It's sad when a jester's
the-
cape is more helpful than the entire artifact
Yeah,
set.
no. So there's a few pieces that do have charisma, but like I think there's other better pieces than that.
Mhm.
And like B said, like Jester's cape, like I'm already like at 36 charisma, without monster signet. So
I wonder if
I
there's.
don't know, but who
cap.
knows? Like the wiki hasn't been updated for Horizon,
Yeah.
and I know they changed a lot of stats on a lot of these pieces. So maybe they threw Bard a bone, but honestly, I doubt it because Bard is already like I don't want to say overpowered, but
Pretty good.
It makes
Pretty
everybody
good.
overpowered. That's for sure.
Yeah.
What could they add? What would you be looking for them to add? Would it be like sword skill or dagger skill so that you could maybe DD a little bit or something? Or
Instrument?
something with like charisma or potentially magic accuracy would be nice.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that would be
to land
cool.
the spells a little bit better. Obviously, like no nobody has any benefits that buff the abilities. I mean, Bard has 0 abilities. The only ability they have is fucking Soul Voice.
Mm-hmm.
So I know some
Oh.
pieces like augment abilities.
Yeah.
But Bard doesn't really have any at this point.
Okay.
So
All right.
hopefully
So
at
yeah.
75 Nitro comes along, but I think that's Dynamis anyway, so it's not like that. Dynamis gear is gonna be good.
Okay. The relic. No.
Yeah. Yeah, relic.
Yeah.
That's relic.
Yeah. Relic. Yeah. All right. So yeah. So we're on our way to level 60. As 8 alluded to, we're gonna be pausing for a little bit to get our AF stuff. We got Alu his feet last night.
Mm-hmm.
I
Sam
think.
feet.
Yeah. Right. And I think the plan, if we get on tonight or the next couple nights, is to get us all getting our hands going and feet for the rest of us. So if we can get all in Darkspark, it should be pretty easy, pretty straightforward for us just to beat them once, grab the key item, and then go turn it in. So hopefully we'll get 2 pieces, at least 2 pieces before we record again, if not
Oh,
the
yeah.
whole set.
Yeah,
Hopefully.
I mean,
Yeah.
we'll see.
I'll be level 56 by then.
You're 54, almost 55.
I am 55.
You'll be
and
56 and a half.
I think I'm very close to 60 to be, or 56. Sorry, to be honest.
Yeah,
So,
I am too. I'm like 1,100 away.
yeah. So 60 is gonna come quicker than I think we think it's gonna be. I'm
I
not
think
speaking
so.
proper English tonight, but yeah,
Well,
it's
I
a lot
mean,
closer than we think.
the weekends here, we'll all get new rings. You got to get the different
True.
ring this time.
Yep.
8.
Yeah.
Yeah, get that chariot
Yeah.
band.
Mm-hmm.
The sweet, sweet chariot band.
Mm-hmm.
The
I need
sound.
I need a burn. I still have 3 charges.
Yeah.
Then I gotta trade it in to get 5 more. So I can like get the full capacity.
I
So
see.
I'll probably be burning Beast a little bit this weekend.
Good. Good.
Good.
That's awesome.
All right. So we'll move on to bot spots everywhere now. So the whole reason I wanted to bring this up, or the whole reason why I thought it was interesting, is we had our first real kind of GM notice or server notice about them banning some accounts. Looks like, and I'll just read verbatim just from the thing, and then we can discuss it. But in the last 2 weeks, and this was 2 weeks ago when this came out, so 4 weeks ago, we banned over 150 accounts for RMT, both buyers and sellers. If you buy or sell Gil on Horizon, you will be banned. Be warned, everybody. Don't buy Gil. Don't start inflation. Get off the server if you're going to do that. Go back to retail if you want to do that. I'm sure there's ease of it there.
RMT over there. Like
Retail's just insane.
Yeah,
borderline encouraged. So
it is almost encouraged because it keeps people hooked longer.
Yep.
Well, not just that. It's keeping that pulse alive.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That too. I think people getting that drip, drip, drip.
Mhm.
So participating in RMT is one of the most damaging activities to a server's long-term health, and we take it extremely seriously. We've also banned over 400 accounts for automation and botting. Once again, if you use illegal tools, you will be banned. If you think you see something suspicious, file a ticket and we can take a look. Now, one of the reasons why I wanted to kind of bring this up is, one, to say that's cool that they're actually doing things like this. They're monitoring, they're keeping an eye out. Awesome. Keep the server as clean as you can for as long as you can. People are still going to do it and they'll find ways to do it. But it's awesome that they're at least doing something about it at this
Mhm.
point in time. So that's really cool. Second, I kind of wanted to discuss our experiences on retail with what we've seen. And third party tools aside, because everybody on retailer right now uses Windower. That's a third party tool.
Or
It's
Sheeta.
all,
Yeah.
or Sheeta, right? It's always varying levels of how much is too much, how much, how far do you go before it's too far and you're really taking away from the game. But also, some of these third party tools, meaning Windower and Ashita, are just so quality of life. Like they should be baked into the game.
Agreed. Kind of like they are on Horizon.
Correct. Yeah.
I
So
don't think all
good.
the third party tools are detrimental. I mean,
No.
some of them do make things better.
Yeah.
Gear swap.
Gear
Yeah,
swap is
Gear
a
Swap's a
major
big
one.
one.
And
Yeah,
you
it's huge.
you see attempts of it in retail, right? You know, with the equip sets, but that's not as fluid. You know what I mean?
I
It's
was like the big equip set guy for the
yeah,
longest time.
me too. Until I joined one of the endgame link shells that I actually met you guys in. One of the guys was like, "Hey, why don't you use this?" I'm like, "What is that?" And he's like, here's a Lua, go at it." And I looked at it, I'm like, and I fell in love with it almost instantly because it was just so seamless. You didn't have to write in your macros like wait ones or anything like that. It was all based on actions.
Yep.
So, you know,
I can just copy and paste gear around it. It's just so easy to build sets versus build them to the UI to the game. It's not super intuitive.
no, it's really not. And you can't go too far with Luas though, too. Right? Like you
Mhm.
can have Luas almost automate actions where like something's casting doom on you, so you put on your curseness set, blah 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 blah,
Is that
or you put
where
on
moats come in?
yeah, I don't know. Wait, what
I mean,
emotes?
kind of.
Moats?
You're talking about the emote kind of
Oh,
library.
moats. Yeah,
Moats.
moats. Yeah, I'm sorry. I heard emotes. I'm like, wait,
No,
what?
not emotes.
Yeah.
Moats.
Moats are kind of like conditions in the world that globally come back to your Lua and depending on it, right? It's how it actions back to it.
Mhm.
Kind of. It's a
The moats there.
library that just extends the functionality of gear swap. So like
Gotcha.
you can do like the toggle weapons, cycle stuff through. Like it builds
Oh,
that in, so you don't have to code
okay.
it yourself, and it sets a lot of like
Okay.
base libraries.
Mm.
Gotcha.
So like haste is haste 1 and haste 2, or like cures all of them.
I know some people are like vehemently opposed to moats. So
I do
that's
too.
another.
If
So
you're
they're like
even
there's like a
it's
varying
what's
level of like people's biases on like
Yeah.
Grand Windower and stuff. It's like, aren't we just splitting hairs right
Yeah,
now? I
pretty
don't know.
much.
But
at the end of the day, it's
at the end of
just
the day,
makes life easier. But like you need to like basically learn how to use it properly,
correct.
or just copy and paste somebody else's Lua and just never touch it.
Just
Yeah.
hope. Just cross your fingers and hope. One of the ones that I don't agree with where it kind of crossed the line is like equipping the what was that re-raise set that paladins and warriors could wear right
Twilight.
before death?
Oh, the
Twilight
Twilight
set.
stuff, yeah.
Like right on death, it would send a packet and like change your set to that immediately so you'd res. That's a little
That's too much. Also,
Is that
like
Raise
auto
3?
echo drops or auto.
yeah, auto echoes,
Yeah, I
auto
think it's Reraise 3.
antidotes, all that stuff, auto holy water. That stuff's a bit too much.
Yeah.
That stuff's a bit too much. So there are lines for everybody, and like third party tools to like automation to their effect. You know, I don't want to name any of them because I don't want to promote any of them, but people use it. Retail, you would retail feels like a ghost of itself sometimes because you'd be
Mhm.
walking through areas and you'd see people, probably RMT, just standing there for hours and days at end with automation programs going on. So it's sad,
Yeah.
really.
Yeah, the RMT like in retail it's nothing but RMT. Like you look at the shouts,
Mhm.
like you pay for your experience points, you pay for your mastery points, you
Yeah.
pay if you want a piece of gear, you can pay for it.
It's all murking.
So it's all murky, and like obviously like all those people like
And it's
making
funny.
guild on retail is easier. It is
It
easier,
is.
but like people get back and you can tell immediately, like next thing you know, they're like top of the end gear. Like
All
you just came back
SU5.
last week. How do you got all this crap, man?
How you get that
Don't worry about it,
$95
bro.
million or
I
million
have
gil?
Trust the system, bro.
no idea what you're talking about.
I went
It's
logging, man. It's all good. Like
I, went
okay,
I sold some Sparks gear, bro. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. It's funny because I feel like it's all full circle because it's like
it
people
is.
buy the gil and then they
Mhm.
pay the RMT to do whatever they want and then they buy the gil. So they're just like it's just this
The vicious
crazy
circle.
cycle.
Yeah, the
Correct.
RMT's winning twice on there. Like they're
Yeah.
literally like
They're just
Double.
making
That's
money.
double dipping.
Yeah.
yeah.
And
The amount of echelon shields, the crafting shields, they must
Mhm.
be all RMT at this point. I mean, because I can't imagine anybody who's buying up a crap ton of gil is putting it into a craft. They're just buying all
Oh,
the SU5 shit.
yeah,
Well,
it's not worth it.
that's why they nerfed it. That's why they limited what you could cash in a week.
Oh no, not the spark shield. The echelon shields are the
The crafting shield.
The
the
helm
crafting, like
or
that,
whatever,
like
yeah.
basically like the end game.
Like you
Oh,
you
yeah.
need those to like make the
The-
+3 neck pieces,
Mhm.
all the divergence weapons.
Mhm.
Divergence? Yeah, divergence weapons.
Divergence weapons. Yep.
Yeah,
but
so
wasn't it at first you could cash in
Those are
unlimited sparks?
Archeron shields or something like
Yeah.
the
that.
Yeah.
Archer
Yeah.
shields, yeah.
Like level
So yeah,
58
honestly,
shields or
like
whatever.
that's what kind of I think caused like
That
one
was
of the
huge inflation.
bigger
Yeah, that's why they
issues
cut it
is
down.
Well, they
I
had let
remember,
that go on for like 5 years though. Like
Mhm.
yeah,
since sparks were implemented.
I remember when I first came back, like there was this blue mage, like, hey, you want to join me? I'm gonna go farm up some sparks because they wait till like the EXP kind of
Yeah.
campaign hour or whatever it's called.
Yep.
The one that rotates throughout
It's
the week.
usually in the morning.
Yeah, and we went and like we capped out spark, we went back, we capped out, we went back. We made like 10, 12 mil in like about an hour ish.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, holy crap.
Yeah.
And like it's infinite. He could just keep doing that until like he got tired of it.
Mhm.
He would make obviously a lot more during that window, but even outside the window, you still be like making
Yep.
hand over fist. People were like literally capping gil.
Yep. It's nuts.
And yeah, and like, whoever sat on it whenever they capped it, like all of a sudden, prices on everything started to like come
Yep.
down
Yep.
because just wasn't not much gil anymore, and those people just fucking.
Oh, they were
done.
rich at that point. Yeah, because once
Yeah.
the inflation bubble popped, people who saved their gil from the sparks, I don't want to call it manipulation because it was built into the game. They were
Yeah.
literally just doing something that was built into the game. So they were doing it. They made if they capped gil, and once inflation went back down, they don't have to worry about it at all at that point.
And SE helped them with the Mog house or Mog garden, the chest that you could put money into.
That's true.
I mean, it
Forgot
was
about that.
almost like
Right.
Square like helped those people. It's
Yep.
like, oh,
They got
you're
capped
capped on
gil?
gil? No problem. Here's
Yep.
a treasure chest to put more into.
We used to play with a guy. I'm
What?
not going to say his name, but he
No
once
way.
traded me, put max gil just to show it. Didn't hit accept, of course. I asked him to hit accept. He said no. But he showed me he had max. He's like, yeah, I got 3 other mules that are capped too. I'm like, what?
Sparks.
And it was sparks. It was all
Yeah.
sparks. Dude just kept doing it.
But also,
I'm like,
the bad thing on retail, I feel, is like not just dual boxing, trio, quad,
oh yeah,
full party.
Quad.
yeah.
Like,
Yep.
I mean, I dual box, so like I
dual
did
box
double
is
dip a lot.
different.
There's nothing
Yeah.
wrong with it. It just sucks that the game is in a state where it's like almost mandatory because some
Mandatory.
people don't want to play some jobs.
Yep.
It's not fun to play some
Nobody
jobs,
wants to
or
play white mage.
correct. So it's more fun to just have that job do its thing
Mhm.
as a dual box.
Automated.
Yeah, and almost better than what a person could do anyway.
Yeah, because reaction from a code to reaction from a human.
Yeah, I mean, like we ran like 18-man events, and like we just had one healer
One. That was
during the
insane.
entire alliance. I'm like, all right.
Ugh.
And
So,
then towards the end, we were doing that same content with 6 people.
6, yeah, but we all were
that's
really
right.
well geared at that point.
Yeah, I mean that's the power creep on the current retail. Like it's even worse since we left.
I bet.
I can imagine.
Like the Odyssey, like it's
I can't even imagine how bad it is now. Bad or
Yeah.
good. It depends on your definition, right? Because we talk about it sometimes. It was nice going on to retail, logging in, getting like 3 events done in the matter of maybe an hour, maybe
Mhm.
not even. But also, where's the fun anymore? Why are we doing it? What's the end game? Just
It
to
almost
do
became a job at one point. Like,
it did.
I
it
don't
was
know. I
just
mean,
it was fun hanging out with the people,
Correct.
Yeah.
but the
It's always about the
content was
people.
like you were almost looking forward to just talking and hanging out more so than doing
Yeah.
Omen or
there was
whatever
no
it was.
there was no goal. The goal was to finish that grind to get on the next grind, but there was
Yeah.
like no
There's no reason to grind.
there's no carrot.
Eventually,
zero
the
carrot
carrot
out
goes
there.
away. Exactly.
So with the 0 carrot talk, we'll kind of jump into this kind of as a closing note here, but we didn't get, but they put out a digest letter end of last month, beginning of this month.
322. Wow.
2022. So end of last month.
This is retail. That put
This
out
is
the letter.
retail, correct? Yeah. So this is a little bittersweet. The producer right now, Matsui, is going to be right. Matsui, yeah,
Mhm.
is going to be stepping aside, and his partner, who you've probably seen if you've watched any recent digest videos,
The couch.
the couch, yeah.
Yeah.
Is it Fujito?
I think so.
I think
We're gonna go
he's
with
gonna,
that. Yeah.
yeah, he's gonna be taking it over.
What? Vegito?
Vegeta? It's over 5,000. His levels. Um, so Matsui is going to be stepping aside. It's kind of sad. It's kind of, I mean, good for him. He's retiring, right? Good for you,
Yeah.
buddy. Or maybe I'm not even sure if he announced he's retiring. He's just
No,
stepping
he,
away.
he's gonna focus on something.
14? Something?
I don't think 14. I think
Probably.
he said he was gonna step into something else though. I don't
Something
remember
else,
what.
yeah.
Yeah.
So this dude basically took over for the previous dude, and this dude's been running it for a very long time. He's stepping aside, and so that's all part of the story. But the end of the letter, or the direction of where the game is going, um, it sounds like maintenance mode, guys.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds like maintenance mode. They're looking
It's
to push the
possible.
game.
It's interesting
It's
to see people's reaction because some people are just like, "Oh no, this could be a good thing. Like this might be
yeah,
great." It's like,
The cope.
oh,
no.
We're
okay.
gonna
I
be
mean,
okay. Like I don't know, man. Like
They
it literally
go ahead.
says
Yeah,
like
go ahead.
I remember like what's this called like as such I have elected to further downscale the scope of our development team
mhm.
to
That's
provide
not good.
leeway for operations to continue. I mean, how do you interpret that? We're
Oh, they're
downscaling the team.
downscaling,
Go no,
guys.
guys, you
We're gonna
look
get
at it.
5 more stories.
It's gonna be great.
Yeah.
It's gonna be great. They're gonna make new content
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh my
and
goodness.
with their
the
spaghetti
scope of
code.
our version updates will be quite compact as a result. Blah blah.
Yeah.
But they're gonna focus on ambuscade,
Yeah.
prime weapons, and master trials.
Correct. And who
Okay.
did the math on master weapons or prime weapons? Sorry, who did the math on that? It's gonna take like literally 3 years to complete. Somebody say
Yeah.
that.
I
I
can't
I
remember,
don't
but I
think
did
sure
hear
about
that.
I don't know who
it
said
was a
I mean,
crazy number.
with the final thing, it brings them to like the third stage, right? I think there's 4 of them, 4 stages.
Yeah.
I think stage 3 is available right now for the.
Mm,
It's not the final one because like one of the biggest things I'm kind of like keeping an eye on is I want to see what this new Rima is for
Mm.
Bard. Like, is it going to give us a new song? Is it going to do something cool? Is it going to be song plus 5 and just call it a day? You know?
it's just
Yeah,
gonna
but
be a black-skinned
what's it,
Galahorn. That's all it's gonna be.
what's
Yeah,
it gonna
yeah.
be for all the jobs? You know,
Yeah. So
I care about Bard because you know.
another passage here that getting back on, it's just like we handpicked the members whom we felt could best cover all aspects of the game with as few members as possible, and it wouldn't have been possible if even a single one of you was missing. They're picking like 2 dudes, and these dudes are probably like, we don't want to work on this stuff, man. This is old. Like we don't, it's not exciting anymore.
Could you imagine
So,
being one of those 2 guys? Because I'm pretty sure it mentions like we don't want to limit people's ability to
correct.
grow
Yes.
and
Yes.
to
Work with new technologies,
progress.
yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then it's like these 2 guys are like,
What about us?
So right,
Yeah,
that
like-
Matsui said they're downscaling to 2 people, but then Fujito, or however you pronounce it, I apologize. I sincerely apologize for being ignorant, but the new producer, he's the one who says, he basically talks about kind of like focusing, like 8 said, ambuscade, prime, and master trials. And then he also went on to additionally, we are working on replacing the backend hardware, which supports Final Fantasy 11 ongoing operations. This may cause a few longer than normal maintenances. Um, they did say that they're looking to hold live events in the real world and releasing new merchandise. So, okay,
They're gonna
cool.
milk the crap out of it, man.
Yeah.
Mhm.
They're gonna put out stuff on SquareEnix.com, whatever. They're gonna
Yep.
sell you little music boxes
They know we're suckers for the
oh,
nostalgia.
stop it! Like you
That-
didn't fucking buy them like the rest
that
of
take
us.
literally a year to get to you.
Yeah, it took a ye it did take a long time.
It took me about a year. Yeah, I mean, we're still like,
Yeah.
shit, Fur was still playing.
It took 11 months.
Oh.
We pre-ordered that shit in May last year.
Yeah. I found it, Beast, the thing you're talking about says remaining on the Final Fantasy 11 team full time. However, meaning the members, the two people full time. However, would mean giving
Team of
up.
two.
So them being full time on the team would mean giving up certain opportunities in their careers as developers. For developers working with new technologies and seeing the fruits of their labor take form in new products can be a huge source of motivation and opportunity to grow. So rather than limit our developers to working exclusively on 11 and its decades old technology, I believe it would be better to allow them to gain experience in other department environments and bring back their learnings to 11. So they're not going to be working full time. They're
Okay,
going to be
so
checking in on the server room every once in a while, make sure that the PS2 is still running, and then
Yeah.
they're going to walk away.
That's yep. Eject.
Yeah,
Yep. It goes
they're gonna
back.
take
All
a
right.
canned air and be like blow the dust off of it, and then they're gonna just lock the storage.
All right, bring the
unit.
servers back up. We're done.
We're done. On to what we were doing.
They're gonna put it onto like a flash drive, the entire game, and just like carry it around the office and just plug it into computers
Wait,
as they go. That's the maintenance.
Didn't they rely on somebody that had it on a flash drive at one point?
So they early on there was some kind of dev. I think it's in the memory, that website that they put up for the 20th anniversary. They had to call back somebody who had retired because they had some code while they were making some new storylines. I'm not sure if it's the tiny storylines like the Crystalline Prophecies or something like that,
Mm-hmm.
but they needed something from
Shintoto,
somebody's
whatever.
computer because they thought they were going to maintenance mode, but they just kept getting people kept subbing and playing. So they're like, oh, let's give them more story. They had to go find the computer or something like that from some retired dude to get the source code or something so that they could keep writing stories. Some story like that. So
I will say version control.
version
Granted,
there you go.
this is over 20 years, so like the technology that we have now obviously wasn't there back
Way
then.
better now. Yeah.
Yeah, but
So,
it's kind of funny.
it's exciting. I'm glad they're not just shutting down. I would hate for this I don't want to know if I want to call it a masterpiece, but for a big part of my life I've been playing this game. So I'm happy that they're not just shutting it down.
For me,
I'm
it's a
happy.
masterpiece. For me,
Right.
it is.
Yeah,
Right.
and honestly, I feel like they're never gonna shut it down.
I don't think they can. It's a
No,
numbered
it's
a numbered game.
It's a fucking money maker.
They're gonna go to at least 30 years. That's
They
my
comment
guess.
on that too. They said as
Yeah,
long as it's making money.
Yeah, and the hardware, I'm guessing like the infrastructure they're changing or upgrading to is going to bring a lot of like cost efficiencies, where they probably don't need as many resources to like manage it anymore.
Do you guys think that they're gonna condense servers again? I feel like they're gonna have to.
Yes.
I mean, there's so many servers that have.
They'll go down to 5.
Really, that many? I was thinking
EU,
4.
EU,
I don't know,
JP,
man.
South Pacific, US, or maybe to Japan, or maybe a Japan US hybrid type thing. Because Carbuncle right now is half JP, half North America. I don't want, maybe it's probably shifts both from half to whatever, but like Azure is all US.
I don't know, man. Depending on like how they're doing it, like spinning
Mhm.
up another server, like I don't think it's that big a cost anymore.
Mhm.
And I mean, some of these servers, like Carbuncle was like number 4 in popularity.
Yeah.
And we had like 400 people online.
Yeah.
Like, how much smaller is it going to get?
Yeah, but they have to condense it, or it's going to become a dead world.
Yeah, that's my thing.
People, I think they might just like free up fucking world transfers at some point.
Maybe.
I mean, at one point, Carbuncle had almost 800.
That was when the 20th anniversary came.
Yeah, we hit 1,200 on the server. Like it was popping there for a minute, but it didn't last very long. People came back from the nostalgia hit, and they left.
Well, when they came back and saw that there was nothing really special for the 20th,
people were disappointed. Yeah, I think that some people got angry.
I could have sworn they put something about money in here.
If we weren't playing private servers, like I can see myself trucking my way back into retail for a little bit and just doing some of the catch up just to itch it. Yeah,
I could. I mean, again,
because I would want to get the +3 gear.
I would.
Like I would feel incomplete if I did not like +3 my Empyrean gear.
I want to max Corsair. I would like to max Corsair. Not right this minute because I'm not really interested. But if Horizon didn't exist, then I would totally
Yeah, I'd be back
periodically
in
be going
retail.
back.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know if I will ever go back to retail. I mean, Horizon's
But you
kind
don't
of
have an
itching.
account, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter at this point,
Well,
trader.
if I were to go back, it'd take me all of a week to get 3 times further than I am on Horizon right now. It's
It would take like an hour to get 3 times further. Horizon.
yeah, like I would be level 99 in a day. And that's including limit breaks because on retail they made it so easy to do the limit breaks.
Yeah,
Like
there's key items
rid-
for everything now.
Yep, Courier Moogle has all the coffer keys,
Mhm.
like
That's
and
true.
the chest keys. So it's like you're not even hunting keys anymore. You're just literally going out there for the chests. Um, it, to me,
True.
it's lost its heart or something. There's something you're literally going there to do the power. I'm a juggernaut, stomp on all the stuff. But you know what? You're no different than anybody else around you. So
Yeah.
I lost the love of retail there for a little bit, and maybe one day it'll come back, and maybe one day I will do a character again. But I don't know, man. I don't know.
I'm fine on Horizon, personally.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
good
looking
right
for
now on
like Horizon. Like there's stuff to look forward to, like treasures. I'm looking forward to that. I never did it in retail.
Yep.
Same.
Wings,
Same.
amazing.
Yeah, it's just
Abyssia.
it's the natural
yeah.
progression.
I will.
That's
Yeah.
all the stuff that I didn't get. I rushed through everything
Yep.
in retail to catch up to everybody else.
Yep.
You know, so
I will
I mean,
feel better. Okay, sorry, Andy.
yeah, it's okay. I mean, I get it. You know, like I miss feeling godlike in retail, but I'm liking being able to actually do the content and
Appreciate
get
it.
through it. You know, yeah,
Yeah.
appreciate it. You know,
Yeah, I get that. I will feel much better once we all have a level 75 job. Things just open up, right?
Mhm.
Like whether we choose or not to join an endgame link shell for like Sky, that will be a choice. And we will have designated nights. And if we get back into that, I don't know, maybe it'll feel too routine for me or something, but it'll also be exciting because it's stuff we haven't done together. So I don't know. There's a lot of unknowns. I will probably never join an H&M link shell because I just cannot. I cannot
Yeah, I
do
don't
that.
have the time for that.
I cannot do that. That's impossible for me. But a Skylink shell sounds like a hell of a good time. A Limbus link shell sounds like a hell of a good time. I want to experience those events again. So those ones I'm looking forward
Maybe
to.
we'll do it again. We ran
Maybe.
link shells in the past, but
That's true. And once we
Yeah,
get everything
it's
75,
such.
it'll be a lot
that
easier.
that's a fucking slippery slope, man.
I mean, but at least then you're kind of like, hey, this is the time frame we play. If you want to play, that's great. If you're not interested, that's great. But this is our time frame. This is kind of our goals. This is what we're wanting to do. If
I think once it gets more casual, maybe because right now, like,
it's competitive. Yeah.
it's very competitive, and like in retail, it was like you show up, free lot everything.
Right.
Like you show up, you lot. If you're like really, really new to the group, like we said, like, hey, just come for like 2 or 3 events, and then you can start lotting on stuff.
Right.
Just because we didn't want to like leashes.
Right.
We had
but here, like,
We had plenty of those.
no, we had one guy that had lotted for his mule the one time
Oh,
and got like
yeah.
I can't remember what it was, but it was something like I'm like I needed that on this character. Like
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. It's still like right now, people have re-implemented the point system. You show up
DP.
to an event, you get points. You show up to this event, you get more points, and then it's a bidding system at that point. How many points do you want to put up on the board to see if you get it or not? And I don't know. That just sounds so sucky to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, like, how does that even work? Like, I was never part of
Yeah.
like that level, but like,
You have a treasure.
what if I want to be a dick and just like raise
Yeah.
something
Yes, you
for the
people
sake
did
of
that.
Just
Yes,
for the sake of other people burning their points?
I had that happen to me.
people
I
would
had
do
that happen to
that.
me with A hands.
Yeah, people would do that on items before they got to Kieran. So people would try to drain other people's points pool before Kieran, so they could be the first to get Kieran's Osode
Oh, so
or
yeah.
things like that. So like it happens because people suck, you know.
Yeah.
But generally speaking, they had rules in place to kind of somewhat protect it. Like you have to have a job leveled in order to bid on it first. Then you can bid on it. It's just so many rules. I just want to play a game.
Mhm.
Like, I don't mind
Yeah.
waiting if I'm new or something. Like, just make me wait. Just make a list. These people get it first. And then cool, I can do that. But I don't want to be bidding on this shit.
That's the one down thing. Like, if we started like another endgame link show, if we
Yeah.
actually started, like
I
that seems
think
like a hassle.
I think
It
we
seems like a
had a
huge
pretty
hassle.
pretty good system though when we did it. You know, just
No points. It was just
Right. We could
just-
stomp the content though.
Yeah, we could burn through
Not-
that content. It didn't take long.
not-
Imagine if we can only do Omen
not-
once a month.
yeah,
Right.
but not at first though. You know,
No, but we were still low manning it technically. We were well under an alliance when we were doing Omen. You know what I mean?
some
So-
nights
No,
we
I-
were 18.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
true. But
Yeah, we got to 18 a few times.
yeah. I mean,
I don't know. The thought of farming Sky all night long just to
Mm-mm.
farm Sky and then schedule another night to actually pop the mid boss to get another item, to then schedule another night to do the actual god. It is so time consuming. Like it's
Yeah.
such a long wait. And then to have to
That's
make
true.
a system where everyone feels that it's fair and blah, blah,
I don't
blah,
know
blah.
if it's
like,
realistic.
Like it doesn't seem bad. Like actually doing that. Like I wouldn't mind like taking 3 nights and getting
and that's
whatever.
right.
It's just I don't know, the preemptive drama I can already hear. Because we got
Yeah.
it in our link show too. Like it's
Mhm.
like people
Yeah.
fucking crying about
How-
something they
how-
didn't get. Like you
how
get it
long-
eventually. Relax.
how
Sure.
long did Fur wait to get that goddamn grip?
Yeah.
Oh no,
The,
it's knobbery. I think the knob is.
It was the knob.
Was it?
The knob. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we kept having new people join and we're like, okay, it's all free lot. And people kept beating.
Yeah. People just kept beating him. I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah. Like, we'll get it free eventually, but sorry. We got him one, but it still sucks, So I think a lot of things, and I keep saying it, we keep saying it, once we get up to a higher level, a lot of things are becoming easier. And that's just, we've seen it come true time and time again. Get higher level, shiznit's easier to get through. It just is. It's how the game works. So we'll get there in a year. It'll be fine.
A year.
We'll get there. As long as we're having fun, that's all that really matters, right?
True.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
we'll see if Fur
100%.
jumps on with us.
Oh, he'll hop on. It's called peer pressure.
Yeah.
Fur, if you're
Yeah.
listening, hurry
You
up.
don't,
Yeah.
you don't have a choice, motherfucker.
We've got you by the
We
balls.
have a 6th person, and you will fill that spot.
Yep.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
We have
dude.
not filled it yet.
We are
just because.
1/3 of an alliance. Think of it that way.
Good
Yeah.
King AndyHara says so.
Yeah, okay.
He never coming back now.
He's not coming back though.
That was meant to be a dig to Fur.
He
Yeah.
won't bend the knee. All right, guys. So with that, I think we'll wrap it up there. We'll see everybody in 2 weeks. Anybody else got anything else to add?
If
No?
you're from Sandy, go get Bustine.
Oh wait.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, go get
please.
Bustine. Yeah. And we got shout outs too. Hold on, quick shout outs. Puny Echo said hi to us. I think you already said free BSD, right?
Yep.
No, did you? Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I did.
And then Fisheroni. Did you
Yep.
say them too?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
He was
perfect.
the
Alright.
white mage and the thief that helped us out.
Okay. Perfect. Okay, guys. For Interviewers Podcast for Beastaru, AndyHara 8, and Beastaru. Bye.
Have a good one.
Bye
That was quick.
bye.